Okay, so here's part 3 of audio according to a drummer. So a very simple way of hopefully you understanding the basics. So we've got as far as understanding the outputs and the inputs and setting up the input gain on our microphone input on one channel. So now we've got to the EQ section. The EQ section is treble, middle and bass. So it's control of the frequencies so that you can cut or boost the sound to suit the instrument or the voice coming into the mixer. It's also the way that you control issues like feedback. So with feedback in mind, the best thing you can do with EQ is to cut the frequencies rather than boost. Okay, so let's have a bit of level here. 1, 2, 3. So you may be able to hear now that it's a little bit bassy. I'm quite close to the mic, so that's quite common. But what you can do is you can cut the bass, and that is a better technique generally than boosting the treble. So if you boost the treble, obviously we start to hear a bit more sibilance, but also makes it those frequencies more susceptible to feedback. So that's when you'll get in a loop and you'll have a whistling sound. So general advice is to cut the frequencies rather than boost. Now in the mid frequencies here on this particular mixer, you can select which frequency you're going to boost and cut. So you select the frequency here, and then if you actually boost the frequency you can hear where it is. So I'm going to sweep through the frequencies. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sound like a DJ. So that's with those frequencies boosted. You can hear there's a little bit of feedback starting to come there. So I'm just identifying the frequency that I want to cut. So I don't like that sound there. So now I can cut the frequency very slightly just to give myself a nicer sound. So that's the EQ section. We'll talk a little bit more about that when it comes to digital mixing, but hopefully you've got the message to cut and don't boost.